Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. A strong cold front will be pushing inland to the Pacific Northwest late today and into Northern California by tomorrow. This front will be producing some late-season heavy precipitation totals across much of Northern California, north through the Oregon Cascades and southern Washington Cascades, from the Olympic Range of Washington southward along the Washington and Oregon coasts. Colder than average temperatures are expected to persist through Sunday, while also spreading further inland into the Great Basin and portions of the Southwest. Closer to home, very warm temperatures with breezy winds are expected to continue into the weekend. A storm system will pass north of the region on Sunday, which will increase wind speeds and fire weather concerns. The region will remain dry. No rainfall is expected to accompany the system. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Yesterday, there was a special meeting called by the Board of County Commissioners, a public hearing for the fiscal year 2024-25 budget. County Clerk Robin Holmes was asking for some money. The commissioners seemed against that idea since it looks unfair, not to mention the fact that perhaps that decision should be left to whomever assumes the role of county clerk.
I'm okay just reallocating them and just saying okay, since it's not going to increase anything.
I just don't like the appearance of it because it looks like we're giving this department raises and we're denying everybody else. And I understand that we're just reallocating and not spending more, but the appearance is that we're giving them raises and nobody else is.
I guess if you don't approve it, once those vacancies occur, there will still be some flexibility for whoever's in charge to reallocate to something like this, even if you didn't approve it. So.
And I'm okay leaving it like that, too.
Yeah.
See the video in full on the Otero County YouTube channel. It is nearly as exciting as watching paint dry. The City of Alamogordo street maintenance crew will be laying asphalt on 24th between Lawrence and Eudora today between 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. During this time, the 400 block of 24th Street will be closed. Drivers will be directed to detour via Canal Street. Please adhere to designated detour routes. The Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Adopt a Spot program is looking for stewards of our city to help our public spaces remain litter-free. The Alameda Park Zoo is now available to be adopted. Lend a helping hand to the beloved Alamogordo attraction and join the Adopt a Spot program. Choose your spot, and soon you could be helping to ensure a clean and welcoming environment for all zoo visitors. See the Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Facebook page or call 575-439-4269 for details. Every month, the Kiwanis Club recognizes the most improved students of the month in the 3 Alamogordo middle schools. We spoke with Ned Klein.
We'll start with Holloman Middle School, and the 6th grader is Kinley Selton. The 7th grader is Kali Kennedy. And then the 8th grader is Abby Villalobos. In Chaparral, the 6th grader is Elisa Martinez. The 7th grader was Jordan Gira, and the 8th grader was Julian Mooney. And then the 6th grader in Mountain View Middle School is Cody St. John. The 7th grader, Desi Payne. The 8th grader is Sadora Coles.
The Kiwanis also recognizes students from the Christian schools, and next month, the Students of the Year will be recognized. You can hear the conversation in full by visiting the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, also posted on social media. Well, today is Friday. It's time for a cat chat from Kitty City NM.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City NM, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. As mentioned several weeks ago, kitten season is upon us, and to say that kittens are now in full bloom would be an understatement. We attempt to rescue as many litters with or without a mama as we can, but we need for the litters to go to foster homes where they have the best chance of thriving and becoming well-developed, healthy, and happy adoptable kittens. There are currently more than a dozen homes in and around Alamogordo that have taken in litters to foster. Not enough can be said about these wonderful people who have willingly opened their homes and taken in these mamas and babies. Because of the generosity of the fosters, the kittens will now have an excellent opportunity for adoption into a forever home. One such litter includes 4 beautiful females. They are almost 8 weeks old and will get their kitten vaccinations and then adoption. These kitties have had the good fortune to have both their mama and their foster mamas. Jewel is an open, loving, and sweet, darker gray tabby. Her large eyes give her a forlorn look when she stares at you, but we know that is just an act because she is a happy, well-adjusted little one. Jewel has long fur which will make her absolutely stunning as she ages and her fur grows even more. Jerry is another darker gray tabby, and like her sister Jewel, she also has long fur and is quite the stunner in the looks department. Jerry tends to be a loner, and she likes to stay to herself. Rebel is a short-haired mix of light gray tabby with white feet, chest, and belly with a little bit of tan mixed in. Rebel is a talker and a very busy little girl. She is into everything. She plays well with her littermates, and she likes to sleep a lot. Almacina is nearly a carbon copy of her sister Rebel. She's a real cutie who takes her playtime and naps very seriously. She runs around until she is super tired and then settles down for a good long nap. You can be sure to find these kittens and others like them at the mall in the next several weeks. In the meantime, view all of our sweet kittens on our website at www.kittycitynm.com. Arrangements can be made to see the kittens when they are close to 8 weeks old. Or come by 56 Stanley Ranch Road to see all our sweet adult cats at Kitty City NM. Tomorrow, Saturday, May 4, please come to the White Sands Mall to see our sweet kittens and cats from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Alamogordo Animal Control will also have cats and dogs available to adopt to go to their forever home. This has been Kathy Denton with this week's edition of Cat Chat. We will be talking with you next week from Kitty City NM. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Local news from local perspectives from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Hi, want to get great deals on items you need and help local animals? It's Animal Village NM's annual yard sale, May 4th in Ruidoso, and here's what we're selling. A 4-knee MIG welder, 8 storm doors, 12 event and sunshade canopies, antique and vintage furniture, single-door garage doors, every kind of pet supplies, including ramps, pet stairs, and baby gates, and everything else, industrial-sized portable fans, great for shop or any large space, dozens of colorful heavy-duty outdoor chairs, dozens of hand-painted pet rocks for every occasion, and lots of plants like succulents and cacti already in grow bags, and child gift bags and wag bags for the first 25 purchasers. 7:30 to 3:30, and all the details are Animal Village social media and on animalvillagenm.org. See you there. Maybe you'll volunteer. animalvillagenm.org.
Jail records in Donna Ana County show 78-year-old Juan Cardiel has been charged with 4 counts of criminal sexual contact of an unclothed minor. Officers arrested Cardiel on Wednesday, May 1st, and booked him into the Donna Ana County Detention Center for the 4 felonies on an arrest warrant. Cardiel is being held without bond and does not have a first court appearance scheduled as of yet. 23-year-old Marcela Montalongo of Albuquerque is in jail after investigators said she killed her 5-year-old son with special needs by starving him to death. Albuquerque officers were called to Montalongo's home on July 25th, and her son was found unconscious and not breathing. He had cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, vision issues. He was nonverbal and required constant care. She was also supposed to give him medication through a G-tube 3 times a day. Paramedics attempted but were not able to save the boy. They described his appearance as skin and bones. His hip bone was clearly defined, as if his skin was adhered directly to the bone surface. He also had open ulcers on his tailbone. An autopsy showed the boy had 0% body fat, and he only weighed 13.6 pounds. There were reported concerns of medical neglect on at least 4 separate occasions with CYFD. The one in September 2022 states that he dropped from roughly 26 pounds to 20 pounds since May. Montalongo was ordered to take her son to urgent care for malnutrition, but she never did. No mention of CYFD ever removing the child from this situation.
A 13.6-pound 5-year-old who went to school one day in kindergarten at a special needs school with red flag after red flag after red flag. Like, what are we doing?
Marilyn Beck of the New Mexico Child First Network speaking with KOAT.
We had medical providers, educational providers, service providers, and family members raising flags. Yet here we are.
Montalongo reportedly used illegal drugs, and she was not feeding the boy proper formula. She had also missed 5 of her son's doctor's appointments since December 2022. Montalongo appeared before Judge David Murphy on Wednesday.
This defendant made efforts to hide the abuse and this child's demise from medical providers and from the school, going as far as withdrawing him from the school.
Montalongo must complete an addiction treatment program while in jail. Once that's done, her attorney could file a motion to get her released until trial. A Hobbs man has been arrested for selling illegal automatic weapons conversion devices and a silencer. Undercover agents with the Lee County Drug Task Force purchased 2 Glock switches and a silencer from 22-year-old Tevon Cobbs. Cobbs admitted to selling the switches for the past 3 to 4 years and offered to install the switches for the agents. He also offered to sell the agents a suppressor. Cobbs told the undercover agents that he has a steady supply of the devices but did not state where he was getting them from. The ATF is currently investigating the case. A protest against the war in Gaza yesterday morning closed an entrance to Kirtland Air Force Base. Protesters blocked the entrance and remained peaceful. However, around noon, police reportedly told the protesters that they would issue citations if they didn't leave. An hour after discussion, protesters determined they would leave. Earlier this week, pro-Palestinian protesters occupied the UNM Student Union building. Similar protests at UCLA and Columbus University have happened over the last couple of weeks. 1 week ago today, protesters were at Holloman Air Force Base as well as in front of the local zoo.
You hear a lot about Hamas this and Hamas that, but, Hamas can be thought of as an armed resistance to occupation, which according to international law, people have a right who are occupied to fight for their liberation.
Toby Blomé speaking with Crazy Radio. President Joe Biden addressed the protests.
It's against the law when violence occurs. Destroying property is not a peaceful protest. It's against the law. Vandalism, trespassing, breaking windows, shutting down campuses, forcing the cancellation of classes and graduations. None of this is a peaceful protest. Threatening people, intimidating people, instilling fear in people is not a peaceful protest.
4 years ago, people who behaved in this manner were called heroes or elected to Congress.
We need serious police reform in this country. It's not just about defunding the police. It's about defunding a system that privileges white people over everybody else.
That was Gabe Vasquez, then a city councilor for Las Cruces. The president added the protests have not prompted him to reconsider his approach to the war. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, it just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 27 games for Mexico softball today, including the number 1 ranked Alamogordo at Gadsden. Go Lady Tigers! There are 27 games for Mexico baseball today, including Tularosa at Capitan. Wow. Go Wildcats! Gadsden comes to Alamogordo. Go Tigers! Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, winds gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting as high as 20. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 23. Your high today in the basin, 84. Low tonight at 57. High tomorrow, 85 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting as high as 30. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 33. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 63. Low tonight of 41. High tomorrow, 64 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.